I'd like to frame this maybe a bit differently than the way it's been framed tonight, because I don't think people fully understand the situation that the city is in here. This council is faced with what is essentially a binary choice. We can lock in the plan with the single-family home on Westminster by accepting the Plan Commission's recommendation and granting the developer's appeal of the HPC decision, or reject the revised plan and re-engage in what may be lengthy and risky litigation involving uncertainty, additional legal costs, possible damage claims by the developer, and ultimately a larger condominium building fronting on Westminster. If the revised plan is rejected, the city's contractual obligations remain with respect to the purchase and sale agreement. The PSA is a contract entered into by a previous city council based on their desire to change this area from office use to residential use. This city council is bound by the terms of that agreement regardless of the decision tonight. I firmly believe that development decisions should be made at the local level, not by the courts. And I fully recognize that there is rarely unanimous agreement in the community about these types of decisions. Despite that, I'm confident that we are in a better position to make these decisions for our community than anyone in Waukegan. As I've listened to the discussions that occurred at the commission levels, it appears that there's general agreement that a single-family house on Westminster is responsive to many of the concerns heard earlier in the process. The single-family home is consistent with the streetscape and will help to shield views of the two-story condominium to the south. In addition, burying the overhead utility wires and removing the utility poles from the Westminster streetscape is an added benefit to the neighbors in the area. The plan before us is not perfect, but it is responsive to many of the concerns raised, and in my opinion, it is a better plan. The council is presented with opposing decisions from the Plan Commission and the Historic Preservation Commission. Logic dictates that one of these decisions must be reversed. Each of those bodies follows very narrow purviews. I commend both bodies for doing their jobs diligently. It's not an easy task, and I know the members of these commissions put in long hours and agonized over their decisions. The council's purview and charge is much broader than that of any individual board or commission. Council action does not diminish the role or authority of a board or commission, but instead makes clear the broader role that the council must play to preserve and protect all of the interests of the community. The council's decision tonight applies to this development and only to this development. Going forward, the boards and commissions will continue to be charged with reviewing each individual petition based on its own merits and on its own unique set of circumstances. In October, when the City Council approved the settlement agreement in a 7-to-1 vote, that signaled to me a willingness to compromise and move this project forward in the best possible way. I believe that we have a plan in front of us that allows us to do that. This plan is a better plan. Tonight we have it in our grasp to guarantee a much improved development for this site, while at the same time eliminating the risk of a less desirable plan being imposed upon the city and possible monetary damage claims by the developer. I urge the City Council to follow through on the settlement agreement that it recently entered into by accepting the recommendation of the Plan Commission to amend the special use permit and grant modified zoning approvals, and to overturn the decision of the Historic Preservation Commission and grant a certificate of appropriateness. Thank you.